Atheists, good morning. This is going to be real quick. I'm just throwing this one in there. This is Leroy Cruz again, your life applications officer. I'm going to ask the question because I want an answer. Okay? I believe I found the hole in this whole cult of atheism because atheists love to ask tricky questions, but they don't answer any. And whenever I hear an apologist talk about the tricky answers, the tricky questions that atheists ask, they never say anything about the answers because there are no answers. You ask an atheist a question, he'll give you an answer that you wouldn't dare put on national. You wouldn't dare speak it in public because it sounds so kindergarten. It sounds so childish. I remember I was on somebody else's. It was a video that I watched, and the question, he didn't ask the question that I asked, but he asked a bunch of other questions, and there was a bunch of atheists on there that started arguing, even with each other, about, well, if God existed, he would be this and he would be that. If God existed, he would be kind and he would be this and he would. That's true. Okay? But when your mama told you you couldn't wear that dress to school in March, was she being kind? And you was a little girl? Okay? When you was at the hospital, you was sick in the hospital, and people in your own family, your flesh and blood, didn't come to the hospital to see you because they was too busy working. But you took it personal, even though you know deep down that they love you with all their heart. You took it personal. And you got mad and you held a grudge for a long time because they didn't even come to see you while you was in the hospital. You thought they were supposed to take a day off and come see you. I'm going to ask the question again. And I want an answer. I don't want to hear blah, 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 blah. I want to hear the answer to my question because you can't answer it. What evidence do you call the existence of God? Don't come tell me, well, so-and-so way over there believe in this kind of God and blah, blah, blah. They thought the God was blah. I didn't ask you all that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm a Christian. You know that. I want to hear the answer to my question. If you can't answer my question, you have left a wormhole, a big giant anaconda hole in your cult. Okay? It's spinning. Okay? This is the easiest question. You say there has to be evidence of God before you'll ever believe in him. Before you'll ever have anything to do with Christians or religions or anything. Okay, I'm asking you the question. I want to answer. What evidence then would the evidence of God be? What would it be, scientists? What would it be, atheists? What would it be, evolutionists? What would it be? Let me say it again so you don't get sidetracked. What evidence does honest, true evidence of a God, a supreme God, look like? And you know whatever you say is up for argument by your own atheist friends. I want an answer. I just did a video, and the video was all about that. And because I said some other things, they got all emotional. Went to acting like, I'm whooping them with a belt. Look, okay, I'm not whooping you with a belt right now. I'm asking you a simple, honest question. I want a simple, honest answer. What evidence would be honest, true evidence of a true living God? Can you answer that question? You said that God don't exist. Science proves that God don't exist. Okay. Well, what does your science say a true God would look like? What is evidence of a true God? If God were really here, what would he look like? What would he do? You think you know, then spit it out. But you don't want to spit it out because you're afraid I'm going to hang you if you do. You're probably right. You know what I'm saying? It's like, don't come at Ronda Rousey a certain kind of way because she gonna drop you down and put that armbar on you. The same old move works every time. Holly Holm, though, was able to get around it. She was the only one that was able to get around it. Finally. Okay? It took a lot of women to get around that armbar. Now, hopefully, my Jesus is a lot weaker than Holly Holm. Which he ain't, though. But you can try. You can try if you think you can. What evidence? I want an answer. This is to that woman, Mrs. Polim, that got on the video and thought that I was too hard on atheists. Oh my God. Okay. Let me do it like this. What evidence of God would you call true, honest evidence of God, Miss Polim? I want the truth. What evidence? What evidence of God? Can you please tell me what evidence of God would be honest, true evidence of God and not a religious fallacy? Could you please tell me that? I would like to know. See, the Bible doesn't even explain the evidence of God. It just says God, like God is in the room, because God is everywhere. God is in all things. The Bible is very clear about God being in all things. And I explained a verse of scripture in the Bible in my last video, one of my last videos just recently in this sector. But I mean, really though, God is not just bound by the wind. He's not just stuck in the wind. But the wind is one of the things that illustrates God, because the wind is powerful. The wind can do anything depending on what level of wind, a level of currency it's coming at. I mean, it can go through brick if it comes in that strong. I mean, I didn't think that, I thought people in brick houses were safe from the hurricane until someone showed me New Orleans. Close-ups of some of the homes that were destroyed in New Orleans. So, and that kind of stuff changes people's lives completely all the way around. That kind of stuff changes people's lives completely around. I want an answer for my question, atheists. If you can't give an answer, don't comment. This video right here, this short one, this quick one, don't answer this video with anything but stick to, that's why I'm keeping it short, stick to the frickin' question. I asked you, what would you call evidence for God? What you would call evidence for God. Don't worry about what I would call evidence for God. Don't tell me what I think. Tell me what you would call evidence for God. Then we'll worry about who thinks what after the video is done and you made your comment. Oh yes, I'm going to hang you, obviously. But still, stop playing games with me and going around in circles with me playing little kitty games and hide and go seek. Look, what is substantial evidence of God to you? You say there's got to be evidence of God. Okay, what would it be then? What would it be? I want an answer. Don't tell me all this blah, 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 blah. Give me an answer to my question. Okay? God bless you.